President Trump is also seeing growing international backlash resulting from his instituted travel ban. Over 1 million people have now signed a petition to stop his state visit, in fact, to the UK. It cites the president's, and I quote, well-documented misogyny and vulgarity. It also calls for Britain to cancel the trip to Downing Street to, in part, avoid embarrassing the Queen. British Prime Minister Theresa May initially, in fact, refused to condemn the travel ban of the administration. Now, though, says that she does not agree with the move. To further synthesize things here, CBS News senior foreign correspondent Mark Phillips, good enough to join us now with more on this fallout in London. And Mark, again, we know that there's that petition for UK leaders to cancel the president's visit there. What more can you tell us?
Well, it's the fastest growing subscription rate to a petition of this time since there have been documents like this underway. The number, we're now told, looking at their website, you can see it counting upwards, is up over 1.2 million people, and this is just in the 2 days that the petition has been online. And it's an indication of the kind of outrage, condemnation, rejection, pick any of those words, that this ban has had internationally. You mentioned the May reaction. She was caught a little flat-footed. In fact, when she left the meeting that she had with President Trump at the White House last week, she then went on to Turkey, where she was told about this ban and said that the policy, U.S. immigration policy, was a matter for the United States. But she's been under considerable pressure here, and Downing Street has issued a statement since saying that they do not agree with the kind of approach, and it's not one that will be taken here. And that's the kind of reaction there's been all over Europe. Angela Merkel in Germany said that she had regretted the Trump decision. She also said, her office did, that in a conversation on the phone with President Trump, she, quote, explained the obligations of the International Refugee Convention to the new president, the implication there being that he had violated those obligations. The same sort of type of comment had come out of France. François Hollande there said that the discussion now coming from the United States encourages what he called populism and extremism. Similar kinds of reactions from all over Europe and from Canada. Pretty universal condemnation internationally, and confounded by confusion as well as to how this policy is being implemented. There have been signals coming out of the White House that dual citizens, people with two passports from one of the affected countries and from another place, like here, or from Germany or wherever, would be exempt from the ban, but the embassy in London, the U.S. Embassy in London and in Berlin today has issued instructions saying dual passport holders should not bother applying for visas right now. So anger and confusion.
Is there a sense, again, as we look at these 7 countries, Muslim majority countries, on the list, there are dozens that are not. Is there a sense as to responses from, well, those nations not yet in the crosshairs of this ban?
Well, those questions are being asked. In fact, they were asked at the White House yesterday, and the response was, wait, there could be more. The White House, of course, have said that these 7 countries are ones that were on President Obama's list of countries for which more stringent visa examinations or applications were being implemented, and that's the justification that was used. But yes, Saudi Arabia, Egypt, Pakistan are the 3 countries that are most named, all of which have had involvement in terrorist activity in the past, particularly in the U.S., none of which are on the list.
Mark Phillips there in London. We do appreciate the insight.